Greetings and hallucinations, and we're live from Lompoc, California. Or if you live here, it's Lompoc. Anyway, we're going to be talking about actions. I'm going to build two actions today. First action we're going to build is building a mat with an outer stroke, with a stroke and an outer glow. And then we're going to build the neon sign. Ira would love to see the neon sign built as an action. And I've learned a couple of things while I've been doing these, what not to do when building actions. So I'm learning as we go as well. So let's go ahead and start with the matte and outer glow. Go to share screen, go to Photoshop, and I need to come up with an image to put in there, don't I?
It helps.
That would help. Command O to open, September 17th. Let's go ahead and use this one again, which is our flowers, and we did that the other day. So we can open, 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 open. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to crop out the dirt road in the beginning and a little bit of the sky. So let's go to C for crop. I'm going to hit clear crop at the top, which clears out my cropping, and I can do what I feel like with it and not worry about shush. Says I've got mail. And that looks like a fairly decent, okay crop, I think. Okay. And being that we're going to be making a action, I guess I should go to my actions. I already have an action set, you could call it, which is basically a folder for keeping your actions in it. And we're going to call it the party set, and we're going to add a new action. So I just click on the plus sign down here, which is adding and creating a new action, and click OK. And this is matte with stroke and glow. It's in the party set, no function key. We don't need that. Click record. And we're recording. And as we've talked about in the past, you can see that I'm not panicking over the speed of what I'm doing here. I'm going to take my time, build it right, and then go from there. It doesn't record time, it actually records keystrokes. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to copy this background layer. So Command or Control J, and we just made a copy. And you can see we have a new copy there. And then on the actions, it says layer via copy. So we have that going on. We're going to add some space to the canvas, which means we're going to add some stuff to the outside. And so we go to Image, Canvas Size. And this is about 13 inches wide. So let's add 3 inches to the width, 3 inches to the height. I don't care about the color right now because I'm going to fix that later on. So let's just click OK. And it is an ugly brown to go around that, isn't it? And what I'm going to do now is add a layer between my background and my layer 1, which is the image that's going to show through. And I'm going to put a color in there. So I'm going to click on the background layer. And when I click on the fill adjustment layer, it's going to put it between those two layers. So I'll click on solid color. And let's pick a light blue so it shows up really well. Click OK. Obviously, you want your mat to be something that looks really well with your image, doesn't distract, but it actually adds to. So we have that. If you accidentally had layer 1 selected when you did that, and it ends up on top, you're going to get this blue color or whatever color is there. Just drag it down below the layer 1 and it covers up the background layer. We're going to add a stroke to our layer 1. So let's go up to layer 1, select that. And to add a stroke, there's a couple of different ways. One is you click on Effects down at the lower part of the Layers panel and go down to Stroke. Or you can double click on your layer. Just don't click on the name, because if you double click on the name, it selects the name. You double click outside of that area and it brings up your layer style. Now we're going to go to Stroke, which is right there. We're going to pick a color. Let's go with, right now it's set to black. Let's go to a dark blue. Let's go up on the blues, pick a dark blue just for fun. Click OK. Click OK. And now we have a stroke around there. If you want, you can add a texture layer at this point to cover the fill layer, but you can do that later on after you get this image finished, because you don't always want to put a texture on there. Now we're going to add an outer glow to the image. So again, same thing, double click on the area next to layer 1 or go to Effects, go to Outer Glow, click OK. And why it's doing a red outer glow, I have no idea. So what we're going to do,
Might have been the last color you had.
it could be, I don't know. So what I'm going to do is go to blend mode, and it's going to be normal. Opacity is going to be 41. Noise, I'll keep it at 0. I don't like a whole bunch of noise. Technique is softer. Spread 21. Size is going to be 250. Instead of dragging it all the way over, just get it highlighted and type in 250. We can change our color by clicking on the color box, and I'm going to take it to a dark gray. Click OK on the gray. Range at 50, jitter at 0, everything looks good. And depending on the size of your image, you may want to bump up the spread just a little bit. You may want to change your opacity a little. I'm going to keep it at the 41 area. Spread, I'm going to bring back just a little because it gets a little rounded there. And you can play with the different modes, technique or softer. I like softer on this one. Click OK. And that is now one each action that is complete. So now we have it complete. Click stop playing or stop recording. So I click the square next to the red button there, and it is nice and pretty, right? So we'll go to crop, go to actions, go to matte with the glow, click play. Oh wait, it did everything for me automatically. I couldn't change anything. Okay, that's fine. So let's go to the first one is canvas size. Let's say we didn't like the size of the canvas, we can change that. Make fill layer. Let's click on that. Set layer style, which is, you open it up and layer style is the stroke. So we'll definitely want to stop that one. And what I'm doing when I'm clicking these boxes here is basically putting a stop in there. This is where we did the outer glow. this box right here puts a stop in there. So you can change the colors. You can change everything you want to do. Did that. Let's go to history, back to crop. And then we're going to run that action. So I'm going to click on play. And it brought up our canvas size. And it's set to 3 because that's what it started at. Let's make it 2 just for fun. 2 and 2 on the height. If you want, you can unclick relative and do the math yourself, or click on relative, let it do the math for you. I'm lazy. I don't like doing math. Here you go. Click OK. Oh, next thing up is color fill. You can name your layer if you want. I'm going to leave it at color fill. And pick the color that I want. Let's go with a little bit darker blue. Click OK. And next thing it brought up is a stroke. And just for fun, let's go with purple so it really stands out. And it's set to 1 pixel stroke right now. So let's bump it up to 4 so you can really see that pretty purple stroke. Click OK. And then next thing that's stopping us is outer glow. Let's do a really weird spread. Bring the size down. Click OK. And now it's done deal. So if I go back in my history, go back to crop, which is where we started this, go to action, map with stroke and glow, click play. It does the same thing again. So you just go through, click on what you want to do, and it runs it just fine. It stops. Every one of those boxes is a stop. You can insert a stop in there. So we'll go layer via copy, go insert stops. So you go to the drop down, insert stop. This will stop you. If you could type, it would be great. Stop you for each step to fill in the blanks. Click OK. And this time when we run it, I want that above layer via copy. Go up there, click start. This will stop you to fill in the blanks. Just that easy. And it should allow you to continue. So let me look at that, see why it didn't do that. Because I didn't click the box down here that says allow continue. Now we'll try it. Run it again. And then you have your choice of stop or continue. So I'm going to continue, and it's going to start the process all over again. So any questions on that one?
I've got a question. Since this is kind of like providing a shadow, if you, instead of making it on the same level, if you had duplicated that layer first, then did the outer glow, then you could literally mask out, say, the top and one of the sides and give it a shadow with direction. Would that work?
You could actually put a drop shadow on there if you wanted to, instead of the outer glow. The outer glow goes all the way around, whereas the drop shadow, let's go ahead, layer via copy. Well, let's go back to crop. Let's go back to the action, run it. Okay, continue. Okay, okay. Color picker, sure, we'll take that color. Stroke color we'll take. And I'm going to cancel the layer style because that'll stop the action from running.
Okay.
And at this point, I'm going to add a drop shadow. And there we go. So if you wanted the drop shadow to give you an angle of light, you can do that.
Oh, okay. Now, can you add this now into the action?
I can change the action so it is a drop shadow instead. So let's go back to my actions. And the last one is this layer style. So I'm going to drag that to the trash. Bing, gone. I'm going to click record, and it's going to start at the last point we did this. And I'm going to add layer style of drop shadow. Click OK, because it's already set there. And then click stop. Go back on my history, back up to where we start. Click on the action, click it, go, boom. Yes, ugly color, no problem. Pretty color, let's go more blue. Ooh, that's ugly. I'll take it anyway. Let's do bright purple, just for pink or whatever it is, a little bit larger. There we go. I love that stroke. Oh, that's beautiful. And it didn't ask me for, oh, I didn't do the layer style, did I? Where is my stroke? It didn't add the stroke in there. I mean, it added the stroke, but it didn't add.
You didn't add anything new. It was already there, so the action didn't notice anything new happening.
Okay, I'm gonna record now, and I'm gonna go to layer style. Let's add a drop shadow. Drop it down so you can see it. Click OK. Click stop on the action. That should do it. Thank you. Okay, let's go back to history. Back up to start. Go to actions, run the action. Oh, yes, perfect. Yes, run. Hello? Why aren't you running? Continue. Okay. 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 Ooh, ugly. I guess I added a purple stroke along with when I rewrote the action, I added the purple stroke in there instead of doing the drop shadow.
Oh.
That, not very bright. That's okay. We can fix that. Go to actions, click on that action, drag it in the trash. Go back to.
If I can interject, if you double click on an action step, you can actually re-record over it.
Okay.
Just so you don't have to trash it, and you can just re-record it.
Well, it pissed me off, so I wanted to make sure I threw it in the trash.
Okay, get rid of it if it's that upsetting.
It upset me something fierce, but thank you for bringing that up. I knew that, but I didn't know that.
Okay.
I've seen that done before. So let's hit record. I'm not going to record yet. I'm going to go through all the other steps first. So we get them all there. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, we're done. Click on there. Go to record. If everything goes right this time, I'm going to hit layer effect, drop shadow. We'll drag it down so you can see a drop shadow there. Click OK. Go to action and stop. And now we have that done. This time it's going to work perfect, right?
Murphy's not in your office, is he?
Ta-da! Okay, it automatically added the drop shadow where it did it last time because I didn't click on this box right here. Now that I clicked on the box, it asked me where I want my drop shadow put. So there you go. Action number 1. That only took me 25 minutes to get it done. Yay, we did it. You're killing me.
Now, may we ask questions, please?
Yes, you may.
I said, please. I learned quickly. I first of all was kind of stumbling over adding the mat size because I kept wanting to. It seemed like I guess I didn't have the right box checked there, and so it was reducing it down to 3 by 3.
Okay, you have to have the
adding
relative
3
box
inches.
checked.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
finally got that. When you are selecting your colors, why not go into the image and select the color that you want to really blend?
You
as
can do
wish
that. In fact,
with
you
the-
should do that. That's why we put the stop in there so you can pick the color
Okay.
that you want.
And I found it interesting how you were able to add those stops. I didn't know that. But can you also add notes into those stops? How do you do that?
Yes. We'll go back into Photoshop real quick. To add notes in there, what we can do is like canvas size. I'm going to put a note ahead of that. So let's select the one above it, go to Insert Stop, and canvas size. Make sure you check the box for, what's the name of it again?
Relative size.
Relative size, thank you.
Welcome.
For relative size, otherwise you will not look
Otherwise, it will
like
give you an error
a
message
pro.
that it's smaller than your image size.
And
That's
allow
what,
to continue.
Oops, thank you. Allow continue. It should be default there, but it's not. Okay, so let's go back to history, go to crop where we started, go to action, run the action. This will stop you for each step to fill in the blanks. Continue. Make sure you check the box for relative size, otherwise you will not look like a pro. Click OK. Relative size or relative is checked. Moving on. We're going to do a color fill layer. Pick the color from within here. Let's go with this. Let's go with the cloud color, because all print comp chair people love white or light blue.
ugh.
And we're color stroke. Let's go to very obvious and size. We don't want it too big. 21 is perfect. Drop shadow. Oh yeah, let's do it. Drop shadow. Got it. And there you have your finished product. Ta-da!
Yay.
Now, within the action, can you drag a particular action up or down to change the order?
Yes, you can. So if I wanted my layer via copy to go above the stop, you can see I just dragged it up above there.
Oh, okay.
So if I run it now, it'll do the copy, then do the stop. And the stops a lot of times are for making notes for yourself. And interesting. The stroke came up blue again and tiny. That's weird. Okay. I don't know why it did that. So yeah, you can put in stops. You can tell it that you want to have this happen before that. I've got an action where I save doing proofs and I just hit F2, but I have to tell it where to do it each time when I start the folder. So I just drag it up to the top and start over. Other questions?
Michael, when you make a change and a stop, I believe, am I correct that that does not change the recorded action the next time you use it, it reverts back to what the action was recorded at. Is that correct?
Right. When you change anything in here, when you record the action, like it picks up the blue colors. If I ran it just as is, it'd keep the blue color as is. It won't do the last time it was run. It's how it was recorded. Okay. Any other questions? Going once, going twice, sold to the highest bidder. So let me close that puppy out. Don't save. Start a new one. Command O and do this. Click OK, open. And I need to go back and share because you guys can't see what I'm doing right now. Photoshop. Bing. And you can see my screen now. I have a dark grayish color up there. Hopefully. Yes. Yay. Glad to hear it. Okay, first thing I want to do is I'm going to get rid of this little garbage down at the bottom because it's distracting to me. So I have an action for that. I lasso it, hit F3. I lasso it, hit F3, and it goes away. Hello. Try that again. Okay, let's go to Mike's actions. Content aware fill, run. There we go. Thank you. Oh, I see what happened. Function key got removed. Hide the copy command. I see why it did that. Because my last update got rid of my F3 key. Well, those guys are messing with me. Photoshop does not like me.
I'm getting so tired of them changing stuff on updates.
I've had a problem lately where I try to save a file, not save as, but save, and it won't save.
Huh.
If I hit Command S to save, I'll make a liar out of me.
They fixed that in the last update.
Command S to save.
Kidding.
Okay. Apparently it's going to work. Never mind. I'm not even going to play with it. Let's go to my type tool, and I am going to make a neon sign. So let's go ahead and type in neon. And I have neon lights. Let's drag that one off. Well, I'm going to save it just in case I screw up something fierce. We're going to add a new action to the party set called neon lights. And we're going to change it to just neon. Party set, no function key, record. And I need to get my notes out for this one because I haven't done it for a week and a half. And we are recording. What you want to do is you want to start with a white text. It works best for the neon. So let's go ahead and add an inner glow. So double click on here. And we'll go to inner glow, which is nowhere near the outer glow. And I'm going to change blend mode to normal. I'm going to turn the opacity all the way up, 100%. Change from center to edge. It's already changed for me, so we're okay there. Change from center to edge. Fix the size to have effect on the edges. So we'll go to size and just kind of bring it up a little bit. Click OK. Next thing we want to do is go to outer glow. And one of the things I learned about this is each of these different steps within Your blending modes needs to be done on a separate step, because you could just click on outer glow, inner glow, drop shadow, and make all these happen. So we're going to go to outer glow, click on outer glow, and we're going to go to cancel. We're going to hit stop because somebody screwed up. The first step in this would be to pick a color that you want. I left it at white, so let's go ahead and stop that. Double click on it, and let's go ahead and go to red, and then size. There we go. Click on there again, start recording again. We'll do our next step because somebody's an idiot. I won't mention his name. If anybody wants to take responsibility, feel free. Double click on here to bring up your layer styles, and we're going to go to outer glow. We're going to pick a color to complement what we did, so it's going to go in the reds. Change the blend mode from screen to normal. And just a reminder, if you guys have noises in the background, if you could mute yourselves. Opacity, we're going to go to 100%. All the way up. Noise, we're not going to touch. Spread is going to go up a little bit just to get some of that glow going on. Click OK. We're going to do the next one, which is drop shadow. I'm doing each of these separately. Drop shadow. We're going to pick distance to 0. Distance is 0. Change blend mode to normal. Blend mode here. Go to normal. Change the color to complement the red that we have. Only you're going to do a lighter color. So very soft kind of pink, because you're building up a little glow to go on. And then you're going to go to size to get that glow going on around the sign. And you can see as I bring up the size, it starts to pop a little bit of glow around there. Increase the spread just a little bit. There we go. Got some glow going on there. It's looking really pretty. And if you don't like how much you got there, you can soften it with the size. I like the glow going on, a little bit too much. So you go down, and then you adjust your opacity on your blend mode. Right now, I'm going to set it to 35%. Click OK. Next thing I want to do is make a glow around the sign. So I'm going to add another layer. Just hit Command J or hit the plus, actually not Command J, just hit create a new layer. And I'm going to make a selection. So I'm going to hit M for marquee, and I want to make sure that I have my elliptical marquee is the one I like. You can do either one. And just kind of center it around your neon sign there. Go to select, modify, feather, and I'm going to put on there for this one about 350 pixels to soften it. And you can see it brought the selection in. Then we're going to go to curves adjustment panel. Whoops, wrong one. Curves adjustment panel. Click on that, and I'm going to take my mid-tone slider, which is right in the middle, and drag it up. Click OK. Go to actions and stop. And hopefully that works. So let's see. Go to history. New type layer. If everything works, I hit play and it works. Except for one thing, it doesn't stop so you can change everything. So what we could do is start here. Let's insert a stop and say these measurements are 4 and 8 by 10 at 300 because it's a little bit larger than 8 by 10, but that's the size we're going to work with. Measurements for 8 by 10 at 300 with each stop. Pick the color you want first, then adjust your sizes. Then we will allow continue. I did it this time. Thank you, Bruce. Click OK. So if I go to run this, go back to history. Let's go to open. Let's go ahead and take this guy out again. So lasso, get rid of him. Use my action that's going to run this time. There we go. Add our text. And I need to put in the stop. You need to add your text first. Neon. So let's go to our stop here. And I'm going to make it in all caps. Don't forget to make your text first. Click OK. Now let's go ahead and run and see what happens. I want the stop to go up at the top. So let's go ahead and click play. Don't forget to make your text first. These measurements are for, pick the colors. Continue. Neon. It ran the action all the way through. Cool. We're good to go. New type layer. Go to actions. So set the layer style. Click. Set the layer style. Click. Set the layer style. Click. Make a new layer. We need to add a stop to set your selection. Oh, we'll do that later. You want a feather. Okay, well, let me stop for the selection, so we need to fix that somehow. And what is make? Channel selection, okay. And we don't have any way to do that because there's no stop there. Make adjustment layer. Set the current adjustment layer. And let's see what happens when we run. Don't be silly. Okay, good. Pick our color. Let's go with blue. Everybody loves a nice, oh, purple neons. I love that. Oh, that's so cool. Click OK. Our adjustments are okay here. Size is 32. I can live with that. There we go. Opacity 100%, blend mode normal. Click OK. We need to go to the purple. Oh man, that's going to kill me. There we go. That'll work. Okay, cool. And why did it stay red? I don't know why it stayed red. I wanted purple. Why did it not go purple? It's not changing, and I don't know why it's not changing, folks, but that should have worked.
I think that's what the color you recorded it at, Michael.
Right, but when I do the stop, I should be able to change it.
Oh, I thought you could.
I thought I could.
Yeah.
But it won't let me. So now I'm getting mad.
Oh.
So you can see not everything is perfect here. Open, type layer, go to actions, run. Yes. Change that to purple. I love that purple. Okay. Size, good. Outer glow. Go lighter purple, see what happens.
Hmm.
And it's still showing in the preview right here as red. Okay, let's try this then. And go with the purple here.
This is one of those fancy neon signs that can change color.
So for some reason, one of these, this one did not go to purple.
You need to reboot Photoshop, maybe?
No, I just need to get rid of Photoshop and quit trying to teach it because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, that's something I will have to work on because you can see it sometimes it doesn't work perfect. It just didn't want to play. So now that you've seen that even professional Photoshoppers make big mistakes, that's me. I'm not a professional Photoshopper, by the way. You just have to kind of figure out, kind of like computer programming, you got to figure out where the line of code is that's going wrong and fix it. But I'm going to fix that before I send it out to everybody. And I'll be happy to share that with everybody that wants it.
Please.
And I have to share my screen real quick so you can see what just happened. Can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Somebody was saying something about rebooting Photoshop.
There you go.
Don't send.
I like your cat. Is that a Bengal?
That is a Bengal. That's my granddaughter's cat.
Oh, I have an
Really
Abyssinian.
fun cat. That got me a loan image, by the way, that cat. So I'm happy with that cat. And my
Well,
old.
we were Abby fans too.
Oh, good. I got a Ready Abby. She's so cute. She's 2 years old.
Passed, unfortunately, but
Aw.
lovely.
I am a cat person, by the way. I am
Yeah.
one of those crazy cat people. I have 2 cats, and they're like velociraptors. They team up on you and really mess with you. So that's pretty much what we have for today. I apologize for that one not working
Here's
perfectly.
my Abby.
Ah, love it. Look at those eyes.
So cute.
Love it.
Here's my Abyssinian.
Yeah. Does your cat get on top of your computer and stuff when you're trying to work on your laptop or?
Not too bad, actually. She's not such a. I've had other Abbies in the past that were much busier. But her best friend just passed away 3 weeks ago, so I actually contacted the breeder, and I'm thinking of getting us another Abyssinian because I think that'll be a good match for her.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Way cool. Okay. Any questions on what we covered today?